Hi guys, my name is Amy Allen, and today we're going to be doing a couple of interesting things in this video. We're going to go through a collection about 1 week's worth, so it's not going to be a ton of cash, but there will be something. We're also going to go through somebody putting in a $5 bill into my bill acceptor, even though it only accepts one. And they temporarily broke my machine, but luckily I was able to fix that pretty easily by just doing the power on, power off scenario like with any other technical devices that we have. And unfortunately, I did have to call Mark because one of my cans got jammed in the slots and prevented the vending machine from dispensing any type of item. So when you'd click the soda or the Dr. Pepper or the cactus, it wouldn't dispense and it'd tell you to pick another item. And I, unfortunately, don't know how to fix any of my machines yet. I am looking to take classes though. So if any of you know where I can go learn, I'm more than happy to go learn because it's a little stressful. And my warranty of 90 days is almost up. So I need to get on it ASAP. With all that being said, the owner also came up to me and said she wants some changes, and I have a surprise at the end of this video of a possible other machine or a possible new location, but that has to go into a lot more detail. So I'm going to kind of give you guys an idea of like what's going on in my head, what might be going on through other vendors' heads when making these decisions, because a lot happened in this week and I am still currently trying to problem solve. So here we go. So my first location collection is going smooth, just like any other collection that I've ever done, until I notice that one of the can loops, which you can see right here, one of the can loops, like slots, it's slightly open and it's not laid out flat like it's supposed to be. It's slightly ajarred, and that first gives me my one bad sign. So I close the machine, I test it out, I put in $1, I try to make my purchase, and nothing comes out. I try to turn it on, turn it off. That doesn't work. That's my go-to move at the moment. And I tried looking. I didn't see a can get jammed or like twisted or anything, but it's also a really awkward like layouts because the cans don't just drop down below. The cans kind of do a swivel. So when you put in the cans, they kind of do a circle and then reach the end where it'll get dispensed. So I guess I'm just not detailed orientated enough to see what's on the other side. So I had to call Mark. Thankfully, he's always been there for me, which is why I suggest buying a machine from him. His information is in the description if you're a serious buyer. I called him, I said, I'm so sorry, I'm sure this is gonna be such an easy fix, but I can't fix it. He says he'll come out in 2 days, it's perfectly fine, and he can fix it. So I just can't dispense any soda for a couple days, but it's not a deal breaker. But if you didn't have a Mark like I do, then you'd probably have to go out and find somebody to repair it. Now I have looked online, and people do charge about $75 and up just to come out and see what kind of parts you need, what needs fixing, and what else can happen. So it can get expensive if you don't know how to fix it, which is why I want to learn how to fix it, and hopefully that doesn't happen again. Now my second location is probably my better location. It makes just a couple more dollars, but it's not very far away from the first one. The collection goes smoothly up until I notice that there's a $5 bill in my bill acceptor. And I don't think my bill acceptor takes $5 bills, especially because when you look in front it says $1 bills only. So now I'm thinking, how does that happen? And how does someone not know how to read? But I go and talk to the owner, and the owner actually tells me that they've only been able to put in quarters. And I was like, oh no, what do you mean you've only been able to put quarters? And for some reason, none of them have called me, even though they do have my number. I can see them with like my business card attached onto their desk, so I know they have my number, but they didn't tell me. And so I go over, I'm trying to put in $1 and it's not accepting my dollar. So once again, I do the whole power on, power off button, because it's literally a button. You don't have to unplug your machine. And it works. Thankfully it works, because I do not want to have to put in a new bill acceptor, especially because I'm pretty sure that at least costs $100, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me. So that works, and I just hope the person that put in their $5 got $5 worth of snacks, or did they get nothing and I just got $5 for free? I don't know. Nobody has came up to me either saying like, hey, my machine ate $5. I'd gladly give it back to them, but nobody's told me anything, so what can I do? Now, this second location, this is where the fun starts to happen. The second location has asked me to change up some items, which is fine. They said that they don't necessarily want so much chocolate, like the Snickers, the Kit Kat, the Twix, the Reese's, the M&Ms, that they want to add in some red vines, some, what do they call it? Starbust, and Skittles. And it's perfect. As long as you're willing to buy it, I'm willing to sell it. So I go out to Sam's. I didn't record in Sam's. Everybody knows what Sam's looks like, or Costco. I went out to Sam's and I got my product. I replaced some of the things and I moved some things between machines, and I've put in their new request. Easy, right? But here comes the second request. And the second request is a little harder. The second request, the owners have asked me if I can put in Monsters and Red Bulls and like the energy coffee drinks, the double shot ones, and my machine doesn't handle those types of merchandise, those types of sales. You know, it can't vend it. And it can't vend it because the coils itself that holds the soda, it doesn't fit. And I literally have to expand my machine in order to make Monster fit, because Monster cans are taller than soda and Red Bull cans are skinnier than most of the other cans. So I have a little bit of a dilemma, which is I'm still currently trying to figure out. Now, if you're watching this, you may think, oh, it's easy. You go buy another machine and you put one in. You can technically do that, but I don't think that's the smart choice. So if you yourself also have this dilemma, hear me out. I have already invested $3,500 in 2 machines for 2 locations, but the 2 locations are literally in like the same parking lot. So you can consider it one location since my drive time is 30 seconds to get to the other one. If we just consider the actual building. The actual building, my machine costed $1,500. So I put it in, and then it takes about $200 in product. So I've invested $1,700 for this one location. And I've certainly not made my money back. This machine makes about maybe $120 to $180 a month, I'd say, which is amazing. I'm happy with any profits because some businesses don't even make money, and me starting off the bat, I'm actually making some money. So I'm happy. But keep that in mind, $1,700, and if you calculate $1,700, if you calculate, let's say, I'm gonna go with $140 times 12 months for 1 year, I would get back $1,680. $1,680 for 1 year. Doesn't it almost reaches the 1,700 that I've invested. So I'd say it'd take about a year and 3 months in order for me to make my money back and make bigger and better profits. So it'll take a year and 3 months. If I were to put in another machine, and another machine, just soda itself, or like, you know, coffees and monsters, would probably cost me anywhere between $600 to $800 if I go on the cheaper side. But if I go on the cheaper side, it might break down on me, and then I'm gonna have to go crying to Mark. Or I can buy a machine from Mark. It'll be basically brand new. Of course, not new, but he fixes them up to be like brand new. And it'll probably cost me about $1,000. If I buy one for $1,000, now that means that one location I have invested $2,700, which means I won't get back my money for almost 3 years, which isn't horrible. It's much better than your money just sitting there in the bank and collecting $12 a year if you have a good interest rate. It's so much better than your money just sitting there. But I'm not willing to do that. I can't. Something in like my heartstrings are just telling me, no, you can't. It's not a big location. It's a call center. If this was like a warehouse or an Amazon building or some sort of car dealership or something where there's more traffic and not just the employees that are there, yes, dish out the money. Go for it. But this is a tiny call center. I don't think I can justify $2,700, maybe even $3,000 once I didn't even calculate the product. The machine is $1,000. The product that goes into the machine will probably be $300 because Monsters and Red Bull and coffees are much more expensive than soda. So $3,000 in one location for a little call center. It doesn't make sense. Yes, you'll still have a profit and your ROI won't be as bad as other investments that you could do, but I can't do it. So, here's what I'm thinking. Here's the plan so far. I am thinking, and this might be crazy, I'm thinking of selling my combo, right off selling it for hopefully $1,600, maybe $1,700 if I'm lucky. Selling off my combo, and with that, buying 2 machines, you know, a full snack and a full coffee monster drink one. And as you can see, I also tried to, when I was recording the call center, to see if 2 machines can even fit in there. It looks like it does. I measured it out. It's a little over 12 feet long in space, and they definitely have the width capacity. And we could probably move the fridge a little bit to the other side, and it shouldn't disturb anything. So they should be happy. But I'd have to sell the machine first, and then buy 2 more machines with that same money, so that I'm technically not investing any more outside money of my, out of my pockets. I'm just technically revamping. But that's one idea. Sell my combo, put in 2 vending machines, and my customers are happy. And supposedly you make a little bit more money off of Monsters and Red Bulls. And I am a fan of Red Bull drinks, so I wouldn't mind having a little stash of my own back there. Or here's the second option. I can go get a 3rd location. And I know, it sounds a little funny, but the whole idea is to still sell my combo and hopefully sell it for $1,700. And if I can get machines for $700-800 each, you know, two soda machines and 2 snack machines, let's say it's $800 each. So 800 times 4 is $3,200. $3,200 minus the $1,700 that I'm going to sell my combo for will be an out-of-pocket cost of $1,500. Now, $1,500. That's the exact amount that I spent on the call center. $1,500 is a perfect amount to go put in another location. I think that's the good thing here, where that's like a good number, that each roof that you have should be about $1,500 to $2,000 if you're starting off. If you are, you know, professional at this, maybe you have different numbers. But I'm starting off, so I'm thinking $1,500 to $2,000 is a good number per roof. So since I've already put $1,700 into one roof, I don't want to put more. But if I can sell off my machine, get 4 other machines, I will be over budget, yes. But those 2 other machines I can put into a 3rd building. And what I'm hoping to get, which will be in another video, is I'm planning to get a warehouse. And I don't have a warehouse yet. I'm still scouting, and I'm still making calls and doing all this, which you'll see. It's like my last call video. But that's the plan. I feel more confident. I feel like I can do it. I feel like I've learned a thing or two here where I want to go for a bigger account. And a bigger account should make more money, which means it should start, you know, going on a roll here. So those are my ideas. That's what's been happening. We've had some things break. We've had some changes. We've had some requests. We may have a 3rd location. I will show you guys all of this. And if you have any questions at all, let me know. I do reply to my comments. Sometimes it takes me a while, but I do reply to all of them. And I am so happy that we have reached over 500 subscribers. Thank you all so much for subscribing. It is amazing. I didn't even know anybody was watching. So I'm very happy. And I hope you guys like the content. Give me a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And let me know if my idea of plan A or plan B makes any sense to you. Bye.